How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about video games. Yesterday we spoke about the whole Ubisoft drama and whatnot, and I gave my thoughts and opinions. We're definitely going to be covering that again on Tuesday because it's a big topic and one that I think does need discussing. We're also going to be talking about other stuff in my Tuesday stream, talking about, where Xbox is going, their games on the PS5 Pro, and where that leaves Xbox in general. But today we're talking about video games and the good stuff that comes around it. So without further ado and without delay, let's switch over to the content. So if you remember some time ago, there was this whole situation where Xbox couldn't advertise that their games were coming to Game Pass. And well, that thing has gone away. Now there's two ways of looking at this. Number one, they didn't want to jeopardize their sales, so they wanted to leave it to as late as possible. That is one side of the argument. Them saying, buy it now and whatever. The other side is, well, there is no other side. The game is coming to Game Pass. They've kind of been shouting about this. It's not really been advertised from the rooftops as much, but that, as in terms of like social media, they have been saying it. But now they actually have a full-on video that actually says this game is coming out, they're ready, and they are pushing this on Game Pass to try and get subscribers to Game Pass. That is the main aim at the moment anyway. Pixel Remaster has been doing amazingly well, so for all those naysayers out there saying that Xbox gamers don't buy games or don't buy Final Fantasy, the Pixel Remaster has made its way to the top 12th top paid game on the Xbox for the US store. That is huge, by the way. That is huge. Considering how old these games are, it just shows you that there is definitely a market for these, and had this game come out day and date, it probably would have hit the top 5. That's just the thing. If you're looking at Japan at the moment, it's pretty high up there as well. It's really cool to see. 13th in Germany is fantastic. In Korea, I believe it was in the top 20. These are really good numbers, right? These are numbers that you shouldn't actually be faulting. In the EU region for Xbox, where the Xbox isn't that great, right? 29th. For an old game like this, it's great. These numbers are good. This just shows that the whole myth that Xbox gamers don't buy games is nothing but a false fallacy. We see over here, in Japan, Pixel Remaster 1-6 bundle is #1 top paid game in the Xbox store. So clearly those that have an Xbox in Japan do want to buy this game. It's beaten all these other games, that are kind of thing. You're looking over here in Korea, it's the top 8th paid. I thought it was top 20, but it's actually the top 8. So this clearly tells you that the notion that they won't buy games if they release it is nothing but BS. So Square Enix, if you're seeing this, release your games. There is a market there. And this isn't just to Square Enix, this is to other companies too. I mean, look at Persona 5. It's still in the top 5 in Korea, right? If we're looking over here, Persona 5 is still in the top 10. These are great numbers, right? These are great numbers. So that myth has all but been destroyed. For those of you that didn't know, I didn't know this, but apparently Master Detective Archives Raincode Plus is available on Xbox. This was actually a surprise to me. I've been meaning to make a video on this for a while. This actually came out a few days ago, but it is available to buy right now. It's optimized for the Xbox Series X and S. I believe that means it's available on the Xbox One as well. This is a visual novel, if I'm not mistaken, but still, these Raincode games are pretty popular with people, and excuse me, should be one that you check out if you are interested in these sorts of games. At the end of the day, if you want to see more games like this appear on the Xbox, pick them up. Palworld is interesting because Krafton, who actually bought or saved Hi-Fi Rush developer Tango Gameworks, has signed a licensing agreement with Pocket Pair to expand the Palworld IP to mobile. PUBG Studios will develop a Palworld game that reimagines and adapts the core gameplay elements of Palworld for a mobile environment. Whether this is going to have cross-connectivity with the actual consoles and PC is unknown, but if it does, this is just another slap in the face to Nintendo, as it shows them that if you don't make a good game, others will, and people will capitalize off it. And now, with the mobile version going out there, this is going to be huge. Krafton have definitely got a money maker here, and I'm surprised after with all the mobile talk that Microsoft has done, they didn't jump on this. This was an easy win for Microsoft, and they didn't take it. But good on Krafton for seeing the initiative and signing that deal. Now, yes, I know it's Puerto Rock, and I know he's memeing, but this is actually a bigger deal than people realize, at least from an Xbox fan point of view. Rod Ferguson, who I believe is the director of Diablo IV, I've been getting this question quite a bit, and the question was, any idea if Diablo IV will be getting a PS5 Pro update? Recently, and I'm happy to say that Diablo IV and Vessel of Hatred will indeed be PS5 Pro enhanced. Very proud of our hardworking team to make this happen. More details at a later date. Now, what these enhancements will actually include, whether it's better resolution, better frame rate, like a capped 120 FPS or something, who knows? We actually don't know if it's going to have what these enhancements are. But the bottom line is, the tier that Xbox is placing, the position that Xbox has placed themselves into is not great. Because now when you're looking at where is the best place to play Diablo, it is PC, PS5 Pro, Xbox, PS5, Xbox Series X, PS5, and then the Series S. That's the fact that a Pro will essentially be above the Series X is a bit disheartening, but it is what it is, and expect more and more games that go over there because Sony mandates it to get the same. Now, this one obviously wasn't mandated because this one didn't need it, because the mandate happens after the console releases, but they're still doing it anyway, so that should tell you everything. FoamStars, everyone's favorite game that was PlayStation exclusive, is now free to play on PS4 and PS5. So if you are looking to get into this beautiful of a gem of a game that has you running around and splashing water on all characters so you can see their undergarments without actually seeing their undergarments, well, this is it. As of October the 3rd, it is free to play. 4v4 foam party shooter, that's what you want, right? Maybe this will revive it. Maybe this is what, at the end, I can't even remember that name. Concord actually should have done and given it a try. I think maybe that would have potentially maybe given it a little more lease. Who knows? But I think this is the right approach for FoamStars. I think games like this need to be just monetized with skins and stuff like that. But ultimately, this game should never have been restricted to one platform. And I think restricting it just to the PlayStation, where PlayStation gamers in general just do not do multiplayer games, they just don't. They're a single player audience for the most part. Now, I know there's going to be a few, but the majority just prefer their single player experiences. At least for the hardcore, the ones that really spend their money. So, good luck to Square Enix. I hope this is successful, and I expect this at some point, now that it's free to play, will be venturing over to the Xbox platform as well. And who knows, maybe we'll get some new life there, as well as the Switch. Although the Switch might be interesting, especially with Splatoon. Now, for those of you that don't know, Taiko no Tatsujin is a game that's kind of fun to play. It's a drum-based game, but I never expected to see this. The Taiko no Tatsujin drum controller designed for Xbox Series X and S is available to pre-order now on Amazon, at least not in the UK, but I guess in the US, releasing December the 9th. Enjoy playing Taiko no Tatsujin Rhythm Festival with your friends. If any of you played those Congo games for the GameCube, remember the Donkey Kong games, Donkey Kongo? It's going to be something similar to that. I think this is kind of cool that they're still doing this sort of thing in this day and age. I'm looking forward to this. I'm going to buy it just because, it's rare that we get games like this where they release a specific peripheral, like the Guitar Hero stuff. I'm hoping this game is going to be good. This is for Xbox Series X and S and Windows PC, so you can use this wherever. It's multi-use, and hopefully this will be good because I'm looking forward to it. Thanks so much, Hori, for an Xbox version. Just pre-ordered it, can't wait to play it on Steam. And that's what it's all about. That's the back, and it's got spaces for bottles. That's funny. That's funny. But yeah, great stuff. Definitely check it out. The game is the Taiko no Tatsujin. Last but not least, Nintendo has finally done it. They first removed the first Nintendo emulator, and now Ryu Jinx goes offline after the creator gets an offer from Nintendo they can't refuse. I think it was like 2.4 million. Yeah, 2.4 million was what they offered the creator to basically destroy everything. No more updates, no more work, give them all the source files, everything. And so it looks like he's accepted that 2.4 million, which is life-changing money, and has said, right, I'm out. Now, of course, what will this mean as a precedent for future people who want to create a Nintendo emulator and do the same? I just don't see it happening anymore. I don't think, because Ryu Jinx and the other emulator, Yuzu, had a lot of people sending in support, code fixes. You know, it was a community effort. But ultimately, the owner held the rights to it. But there was no money involved. People were just doing it to try and make the emulator better. I just don't see the people now doing that again, the community, for free. Because now Nintendo has done this, they've kind of put a price tag on it. So if people want to actually get people to work on it, I just don't see the community doing it for free anymore. And I think what Nintendo has done here, instead of setting a precedence, has actually put a clear brick wall in front of it and said, yeah, we're going to do this now, but that's it. Game's done. End of emulation for Switch on PCs, which is a shame because the Nintendo hardware, as much as I love it, it's so dated, and running games on 30 FPS just isn't it, and certain games can't even maintain 30 FPS. I mean, I was buying games and doing what I was doing, but it's a shame. It's a real shame. Finally, now this one is actually quite big. Really big, in fact. EU countries wants to ban virtual currencies in video games. So this means stuff like V-Bucks, Robux, silver in Destiny. They want to ban them in place of actual static figure purchases. And I'm in full favor of this. Because the way these EU, these virtual currencies work, they sell them to you in packs, right? But they never sell you enough to buy what you need. It's always like 100 short or 50 short, making you overspend, and then making you spend the extra on something else, and then when you're a little bit short, you go and buy it, and that vicious cycle continues, and this is all done deliberately to psychologically to get you to spend more money. Now, if you actually see a price there of £3.50 or £4, £5, £10, then you turn around to yourself and say, is that really worth it? Is that really worth it? And you ask yourself, yes or no. And then you make your choice. But when you've got like 800 points and you don't truly understand the value of what that's actually asking you, you don't grasp the value of money in that situation. And so people are basically spending money without actually realizing how much they spend until it's too late. So I think that this is actually a really good thing. It won't stop microtransactions, but what it will do is make them fairer. And what it will do is allow people to price, if you see something and say, hey, that skin looks really cool, I want to spend £5 on it or £10 on it, great. But if they turn around and say, right, that skin is like $100, nah, you're good, buddy, you can keep it and I don't want it. So in that regard, I think this is going to be an amazing thing overall. And well, that's it, folks. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, because quite a bit of stuff in this video, but I'd love to hear your thoughts on anything you're excited about, any thoughts you might have. Leave a comment below, and if you've enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe, hit that bell to stay up to date with all content I release, and I will see you in the next one. As always, remain legend.